So welcome. Thanks for being part of this. It's Thursday, so it's a Thankfulness Thursday situation. Um, my quote for the day is this guy here. He's been dead so long that we don't even have a picture of him. This is Marcus Aurelius, who died in 180 AD. So, this is what we think of sort of modern civilization, whatever you want to call it. Like this is someone he's considered one of the uh, fathers of Stoicism. And what makes him interesting is that he was the Roman emperor at the time. And so arguably, at that point in Western civilization, he was literally the most powerful human being on planet Earth. Like he could sort of wag his finger and all kinds of things would happen. And yet there's something really remarkable about him. He left us a book, which is sort of an autobiographical account. It's his journals. It's called Meditations. It was never intended as a public something that he wanted to necessarily have made public. And it was discovered many years later, and this was his sort of personal journal, and so much of it had to do with his attitude or his view on life, which amazingly, thousands of years later, is still incredibly relevant. So there's something special about this guy, especially given the circumstance that he was in this, like 0.1% of the people on planet Earth, that he could have gone the way of other Roman emperors, but he didn't. So here's some of what he has to say. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. So not bad for if you think of some of his ancestors who were, I think by our standards, pretty awful human beings, or just definitely not congruent with the kinds of values that we have. Here's this guy who, in his private journal, writes this kind of stuff. And so I find that really inspirational. The idea of sitting there and thinking, okay, like what is the point of this? When we experience gratitude for what, maybe it's things that are as simple as like breathing, thinking, enjoyment, and love. And I think gratitude, especially when we focus it on others, other human beings, I think it's really a full expression of gratitude. And so here's a little formulaic way that I'd love for us to explore. First one is, think about someone that you feel grateful for, and in your mind, or since we're all muted, you can actually say it out loud. I feel grateful for this person, because they did something, they did or said something. So when they said X, Y, and Z, I noticed that I felt this heartfelt feeling of gratitude towards them. And we want to register with what it is that we felt. So what are the feelings or the sensations in the body, right? Like any of these ideas become alive when we actually embody them. And then we can use our brain to sit there and think, well, why is this meaningful? Why do I feel this expansive feeling in my chest for my fiance, or when she picked up the phone and called me or sent that text message? Like, why is that relevant? Usually it has something to do with, there's some positive impact, or there's some needs that are being met. It helped me feel safe, it helped me feel seen, or I noticed that the fuzzy feeling in my belly allowed me to relax and trust and feel more trustworthy towards someone or life, right? So I think if we can drop into gratitude and notice specific situations and actually make sense of, what's actually going on in that process of gratitude, it can really enhance the experience and amplify it. So I thought, let's go ahead and try that today. So let's start by closing our eyes. And the first order of business in all of these sessions is just to Just slow it down. So noticing breath, noticing the body. Let's just take 60 to 90 seconds to slow down. So intentionally removing ourselves from the speediness that is regular life. Just drop down into the basics. It's just sitting and breathing. That's all we're doing right now. And if you want, you can speed that process up a little bit by taking a few deep inhalations and exhalations. So let's go ahead and breathe in through the nose. Long, intentional exhale through the mouth. Another deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And on this next one, imagine as you inhale, you're taking in the world and life, meeting what is, and then with the exhale, you're letting it go, relieving yourself of the burden of responsibility. Just another deep inhale, dropping into the flow of life. Long exhale. Just letting your body breathe on its own. Now let's go ahead and try this. This, I guess I could call it a formulaic approach to gratitude. But let's start with someone that you feel grateful for. Bring to mind the memory of someone who did something or said something that had a really positive effect on you, and just picture that person. Who they are, doing, saying what they're saying, and then get specific about what exactly is it that they did or said. So when so and so, I'm remembering that when so and so did or said this on such and such day, here's what it was like. I was standing here, they were standing there. These are the words they used. Now, the third step is noticing the impact this has on your being. So, where in your body are you feeling this? What are the sensations, the emotions? A hint, pay attention to your belly, your chest, hands, your throat. So, there's this person that you appreciate saying or doing something very specific, and you're noticing how that resonates in your body. Almost like your body's an instrument. It's resonating in a certain way. Now we're going to bring our prefrontal cortex into this equation, and we're going to just pose the question and say, what is it about what they said or did that has such a positive effect on my body and that resonates? Why does this matter? What I'm looking for here are needs, right? Like, what are the needs that are being met? And it might be, I felt seen, felt heard, I felt appreciated, felt like I mattered, felt safe. Whatever it is for you, like drop into noticing, like, oh, this feels good because my need for safety or appreciation or mattering. These are what I would call universal human needs. When those are met, it feels great. And that right there, I think, is one of the fundamental aspects of gratitude. So let's try that again with maybe a different scenario. It could be the same person, could be someone else. Let's see if you can find another memory where someone did something or said something that felt good. Let's go through the same process, like really noticing what exactly is it they're saying and doing. What's the impact it's having and where in my body do I feel it? In my belly, chest, throat, hands. Now, using your prefrontal cortex to get a little clearer on, and why does it matter? Like, what needs of mine are being met when they did or said what they did? And it's having this positive effect on my body. Like, what exactly is it? Oh, because I felt like I mattered, felt like I was safe. Whatever it is, see if you can just find some words for what needs are being met by them doing what they're doing. And then just steep in that experience, steep in the memory, savor the experience in your body. Notice how sweet it feels to have your needs being met. And I'd call this whole process that we're experiencing right now is called gratitude. And then take a deep breath in, long exhale, mouth, letting go, relaxing your shoulders, your belly, keep exhaling, and then hold the exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then a deep inhale through the nose, long exhale, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and open your eyes. Come on back to the session. Um, the invitation here is for what I would call extra credit, is whatever experiences you just had in terms of the memories of the people that you were experiencing gratitude for. See if there's a part of you that would be willing to actually express that particular gratitude to them directly in person, right? And so what you're doing there is saying, I remember when you did such and such. Here's what I felt. And I noticed that the needs of mine that were being met were X, Y, and Z. And for that, I'm really grateful. That's sort of the formula. If you're up for trying that, I think it bears a lot of fruit. So take care, everyone. Hope to see you tomorrow.